it's Caroline. I've never made a YouTube video before, so I'm gonna wing this. It is currently 11:31 p.m. on August 5th, 2019, and yesterday I went to Taylor Swift's Lover's Secret Sessions, and while it's still fresh in my mind, I just want to make a video, put it out there. Quick disclaimer, this video is just about the weekend itself and the lead up to the secret session. I'm not actually going to post a video about the actual session until the albums come out, just because I want to name drop the songs, obviously not leak anything, but I do want to be like, before she started talking about this song, this happened, because I definitely have some really good stories from things that happened when we were in the session and the way that Taylor addressed us, and I would like more time for my conversation with her. So I'm gonna talk about how it happened, why it happened, what I did when I got to Nashville, and just the weekend as a whole. So if you don't know anything about me, I have been running a Taylor Swift fan account on Instagram for pretty much since 6th grade. I've kind of jumped around from accounts just because like I would give up on them and then I'd make a new one, but the one that I've had now, I've had for maybe a year and a half. It's called Light Tay Up, and I got on Tumblr around the same time, same username, Light Tay Up, and I love it. I love going on there and talking to my friends and meeting new people every single day. It's honestly the best. I have my little note cards here, so if I keep like, that's why. Taylor Swift announced Lover, the album, and I was ecstatic. I was like, ooh. I was so excited for everything that comes along with a new album, and I always knew that secret sessions were a part of a new album. And I was like, I probably won't go. I truly did not think that I was going to get the DM. And I also didn't want to get my hopes up about it. Once they started going out, I noticed that a lot of people from this side blog on Tumblr that I'm a part of called T Swift's Angels had been getting the DM. And I was thinking, well, maybe. My hopes started going up a little bit, and I did my best to keep them down. Until one day, July 21st, 2019, I had just gotten back from vacation in Nantucket, beautiful place if you're ever in the New England area. And I texted my friends and I was like, hey, let's all do something. I've been away for like 6 days and I miss all of you. Let's just go do something. So we say, okay, so it's me, my friend Jill, Elise, and Raven. And we are in Jill's car. Jill is driving, Raven's shotgun, and Elise is next to me in the back. And we're driving around this small town in Massachusetts called Scituate. And I get a Snapchat from my friend Presley. And she's like, I just heard that Rhode Island Secret Session invites went out today. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I knew that since I'm from Boston, if I was going to go to a secret session, it would be to Rhode Island. So on a whim, whatever, I'm not expecting it, I check my Tumblr. I refresh it, because nothing came up at first, and I refreshed it once, and then at the very top, I see Taylor Nation confidential message. And when I tell you the sound that came out of my mouth was not human, I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I like handed it around to my friends. I was like, that says Taylor Nation, not like Taylor X Nation or Taylor Nations. And they were like, no, why? And I just started sobbing. I was like, I'm meeting Taylor Swift secret sessions. I'm like trying to get it all out. And so my friend Jill pulls over into the Scituate High School parking lot. And we're sitting there and I'm reading it and I'm reading it to them. And they're like, that's insane, because I told them a little bit about it beforehand. And I started calling a couple people. I called Presley, and I'd called my friend Jessica, and I called my mom. I got the DM! I did! And they were all like, no, no way! And at this point, it's pretty late. It was probably 9:30, 10-ish. I think I saw it at 9:30, and I got it at 5:31 that day, so I had the DM for 5 hours, and I didn't see it. But that was insane. So I was like, I need to go home. And at this point, our other friend is like, come see me. And we're like, no, I have to go home. I'm freaking out. I'm losing it. And so we drive right home. It's about 20 minutes away from my house. And we come in, and I step into the front door. I can compose myself a little bit at this point. My dad's sitting on the couch. He goes, and I go, yeah. And I just started sobbing. And I, was just trying to get everything together. I called Presley and Jessica back and a couple other people. and it was just insane. So I sent Taylor Nation all my information and I waited because I knew what was next was the call. The day prior to me getting the call, Presley and I went to the aquarium together because fishies. And I was expecting to get the call that day because I had heard of some people getting it that day, and also people who had DMs to go to London had gotten them 3 days after getting their DM, and it was 3 days after getting my DM. So I was expecting it, and so I'm like, I can't let my phone leave my pocket. Like, it has to be on all day. Super stressed. I think my pickups, like, you know, when you go in settings, you can see like pickups. It was like in the 300s, which is crazy for me because I just kept looking like, did I miss a call? It didn't come that day. So I get the call the following day around 6 p.m. and they say, "Hi, this is Michael from Taylor Nation. Is this Caroline?" And I was like, "Yes, hi Michael, how are you?" And we're talking and he goes, "I need to speak to a parent or guardian." And nobody was home at the time for me. So I had to wait, and he said, "Okay, you can just text this number when somebody's available. We'll probably be here for the next couple hours." 5 minutes later, my dad walks into the door, and he's like, "I'm home." And I was like, "I just got the call, you missed it." I was like super stressed at this point. And so I texted the number, and so they called me back about 15 minutes later, and they gave me all of the information, and we were supposed to meet up at, I don't even know what it was, this place in Watch Hill, Rhode Island. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is actually happening. That's crazy. And so we didn't make any plans, and thank God we didn't, because the following morning, I get another call from Taylor Nation, and I saw Taylor Nation on my phone, and I was terrified, because they told me there was only going to be one call. And so I answer it, and they say, "Hi, this is Elise from Taylor Nation. Is this Caroline?" "Yes." And they said, "Well, there's been a leak about the information for the for the event that was supposed to happen in Watch Hill, Rhode Island, so we have to move it." And I was like, "Oh." And they go, "It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee now." And I was smiling so big. I run down the stairs. I was in my room. I was sitting right here. I ran down the stairs, and I was like, "Mom, Taylor Nation." And so we get our pen and paper, and we start writing down all of the information for the new secret session. And then we went on to Expedia, and we booked flights. We ended up staying at the hotel that we were supposed to meet at, which was pretty cool. So, flash forward, ready to go. It is August 2nd, it is 4 o'clock in the morning, and my alarm is going off because I have a 6:45 a.m. plane to catch. That was rough. So, you know, we do the whole airport thing. I'm on the plane going, and I get to my hotel, and I knew that my friend Emily was there. We are very close. We spoke about it. We knew that each other was there, and so I said, "Hey, I'm in room 307. Come visit me," because she had gotten there the night before. So Emily comes up. I hadn't seen her since April, I think, and I gave her the biggest hug. I missed her so much. "Hi, Emily." And that was really fun. She just chilled in my hotel room for a couple minutes because we were going to go have plans later that day. So my mom and I took a quick nap just because it was pretty early still, and we had a lot of left in the day to do. So that night, my mom and I woke up, and we just went into the city, and we walked up Broadway, which was insane. And we got dinner, and it was really good. And then we just came back just because we were so tired. We've been traveling all day, sleeping schedule's all messed up, and just chilled at the hotel that night. The next day, Emily and I had made plans. We were going to go into Nashville and go to the Country Music Hall of Fame to go see the Taylor Swift Education Center, which was crazy. And so Emily's family had a rental car, so we all got into the car and we drove. And I was meeting my friend Samantha there, Sam Liz 13, and Sam was like, "Oh, I'm with another person," and I had no idea who it was. I didn't want to tell her. I was like, "So am I," because Samantha didn't know that Emily was going. And so we're walking up, and I see Sam, so I started waving, and then I see somebody else just running towards me. And it took me a second, and I was like, "That's Gracie!" And Gracie is one of my best friends. I love her so much. I couldn't believe that she was there. I had no idea she was there. I didn't tell her. She didn't tell me. It was crazy. And she's running, give her the biggest hug. We almost fell. And Samantha and Emily do the same thing to each other because they'd never met. and it was crazy. It was like one of the best moments of the entire weekend. And so then we went into the Country Music Hall of Fame, we went to the Taylor Swift Education Center, and we watched some live music, and that was really interesting. And after that, Emily and I both knew that our friend Ava, T Swift 2am, was also coming to Nashville. And I had found out that Ava was coming the previous night. I think Emily had known for a while. But she got stuck in traffic, and she was originally supposed to come into the Education Center with us, but she did get stuck in traffic. And so we were standing outside of the Country Music Hall of Fame, just kind of waiting for her to come. And Sam and Gracie are like, oh, we're going to go to lunch with Kayla, Catherine, and Madison. And I was like, what? That's great. They were so sweet. It was so nice to be able to meet all of them. And then we're standing around, and Sam and Gracie are like, who's that? She's on the phone with somebody, and we can't really tell who it is. And then we realize it's Mary's song, the girl who had Taylor's albums in her senior portrait. Iconic. You've definitely seen it on Tumblr. I love her. She's such a sweetheart, and she came over. It was so nice to meet her. I had actually never spoken to her before this, but she's now one of my good friends. That was great. And then Ava shows up, and I give her the biggest hug, and we were all like, we weren't crying, we were screaming, and everybody was so confused as to what was going on, asking our moms, like, what is this? And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, everybody starts screaming even louder, and I turn around, and there's Rose, blank Swift. And she's also one of my really good friends. Like, I watched her eat a lemon whole on FaceTime one time, so that was great. And, you know, I gave her the biggest hug. I had no idea she was coming. She's on the phone with one of our other friends, and she's like, I just jumped out of a moving car because I saw Emily, and then I kept looking and I saw all of you guys, and it was, and, you know, it's just crack central. So that was so great. Then me, Gracie, Emily, Sam, Kayla, Catherine, and Madison all ended up going to lunch at a really cute diner in Nashville. And it was good food. We took some pictures because there was a balcony that had a really good view. After that, we went back to the hotel, and Emily and I decided we're gonna chill in the lobby because we were gonna go get our nails done with her mom, because there's like a little strip mall right across the street from the hotel, and there was like a Target, Panera, like a nail salon, a hair salon, a little boutique. It was really cute. And so we were gonna go get our nails done, but we didn't want to like go back up to the room, so we just chilled in the lobby. And I was like, do you know anybody else who's here? And she was like, yes. And she ended up telling me that Isabella, the Angel Swift, very appropriate username because she is such a sweetheart. I love her. Hi. And I was like, text her to come to the lobby. Like, I want to see her, but don't tell her that it's me. And she's like, oh my God, this is so fun. So I hid, and Isabella comes down, and she was like, oh my God. Like, I had no idea each other were coming, gave her the biggest hug, talked to her for a couple minutes, and then all three of us ended up going to get our nails done. And I still have them. They're pink. And so then when we got back, our good friend Elena was there, who I was enchanted to meet you. And Elena was sitting on a couch in the lobby, and I saw her, and she was on the phone, and I saw her, and I just like leaned over the couch and gave her a hug, and she was like, I gotta go. We stood up, gave each other like a proper hug, because I've been talking to Elena about this. She was actually one of the first people I told. And then she checked her DMs and also saw it, so she called me back and told me, like, both of us are crying. And we had a plan, like, if we were going to go to secret sessions, we knew we were going to go together, so it was really, really special to be able to have that. And I looked to my right, and I see Brooke, and I was like, oh, Brooke and I are crackheads together all the time. She calls me Coastline, I call her Brooketh. There's a long story behind both of those things. Everybody that was staying in the hotel, and pretty much everybody that I listed that I met at the Country Music Hall of Fame came down to the lobby, and we had a lobby party, which basically consisted of us sitting around this little area in the lobby that had a bunch of chairs and couches in a circle, and just like screaming, because that's what we do. We're Swifties, we're crackheads. And a couple other people like realized, oh, they're here, and they joined us, and that was really nice to make those new friends, because I don't really talk to a lot of people from Twitter, but I met a lot of Twitter Swifties when I was there. And we all went to dinner together. Well, most of us went to dinner together in this cute little town called Franklin. It was pouring. Dinner was fun. We ended up getting split, which kind of sucked, but that's okay. When I came back, my mom and I stepped out of the Uber, and there's a few Swifties, so I was like, hey, Swifties, and then like standing right in the middle, I see Naomi, and I was like, I was so excited to see her, so I like ran right to her, gave her a big hug, we took pictures, it was... Then I was like, why are we all out here? And Brooke goes, we're waiting for Ada, and I was like, Ada's like the sweetest bean. I was so happy when I found out she was coming, and like 10 minutes later, Ada pulls up, gave her a hug. We both had no idea we were coming until like 10 minutes before that. We go back in, and we're just chilling, and it was so cute. It was so much fun. And that night, Samantha and Gracie ended up sleeping in my hotel room because they had an Airbnb that was like 10 minutes away. And they didn't want to have to go back. It was really late, and they were staying like in someone's house. So they ended up staying in my room, which was fun because we had a sleepover. And the next morning, we all cuddled because they woke up at an ungodly hour. The day. That morning was the day. We went to Target because there was Starbucks in the Target, and we got coffee, and we all got banana nut bread, so long live the banana nut bread. And I had to get something for my hair, and we all got cards to give to Taylor, and that was fun. And we bought them, and then we went back to the hotel. I really don't remember what we did in between there. I think that I just like went back to my room and tried to take it easy a little bit because it was so surreal. I couldn't believe it was happening. Oh, I took a shower. Yes, because I wanted my hair to be dry when I met Taylor. So I was hungry at like noon because we got up and went to Target as soon as it opened. And so I texted the group chat that we made the following night in the lobby of like people that we knew were there. And I was like, does anybody want to go to Panera to get lunch? And so I ended up going with Naomi, Ada, Gracie, and Sam, and then Kayla, Anna, who was there at this point, Catherine, and Madison came to meet us. It was fun, we ate. And after that, me, Gracie, Sam, and Ada went to Target because we all forgot spandex, and we were pretty much all wearing skirts or dresses. And so we went and bought those, and we went back to the hotel, and we all made sure we walked in at different times just in case Taylor Nation had spies, and like obviously we couldn't tell each other. And some of us were wearing Taylor merch, so it was pretty obvious why we were there. Nobody ended up actually being in the lobby, but I'm glad we took that extra step of caution. So I go up into my room, I get ready, and then Gracie, Sam, Ada, and Elena came to my room while we were getting ready. And we had a dance party, and then we went downstairs, and I will pick this story up the next time I make a video once Lover is out, and I cannot even begin to explain to you. This is just scratching the surface of all the crackheadery that went on. Like, I wish I could make one of these just for our lobby parties, but it was amazing. Taylor's such a sweetheart. I got this from her, so thank you so much. You're probably not watching this, but that's it. I'll see you guys next time on the Secret Session vlog part 2.